Somebody said Scorch earlier, so we're gonna try that again. Ugh, they just won't let me, will they? Okay, we're gonna go for bishop c4, which brought me so much joy during the World Blitz Championship. Why is he? Okay, let's play c3. I just got tempted. Try and occupy the center. I'm sure he's going to go knight c6 and then e5, and then I won't be able to occupy the center. b5, then I'll go d4. He takes. This looks a bit dubious. But I guess it's not that easy to exploit, is it? Maybe it's alright. e5, d, queen d1, rook d1, knight e4, e6, f5. What am I really achieving there? Maybe not a ton. Knight g4. Oh well. Seems the critical way to go, though, doesn't it? Because my opponent has taken some liberties with the development. Not placing a knight on c6 early on. Yeah, I was thinking bishop e3, and then bishop c, and then knight c6, bishop d5. That was the big idea. Knight a6, well, it should be somewhat better. Can also gain time sometimes with knight a3. Attacking the b5 pawn. Problem is that that's not a good square for the knight, so it will probably have to move again very soon. e6, so I'm looking at knight a3, a6, rook ac1, knight c6, rook d7, knight a5. Bishop c2, bishop d5. That should be okay for black. I do have other ways of trying to exploit my lead in development here. At the moment, I'm somewhat doubtful that I do. I don't really see anything that works. a4? It's not very attractive though. Here, rook a4, knight a6, trying to go here. Rook a5 then, bishop c4. This I think I'm quite happy to see. It's not a big deal still though. Okay, a5 I think I have to play. Might be d2. Believe if he takes on f3, gf3, bishop e5, I got bishop c4, then a6, and this pawn on a7 should be more than enough compensation for my pawn deficit. Yeah, no, this one I'm kind of happy to see. I'm threatening knight e4 now. I got a6 on the radar. I think I could be very slightly outplaying him now. Now I also get the chance to take back with the knight. Attacking I'm taking his knight. This could definitely be in, as they say in chess, a pawn in his side. A6. F4, I think. Here, knight b3, I got knight d6. And all those trades should be good for me, because they just bring us closer to an endgame where this pawn should be a deciding factor. I learned this in 2002. I played Nepo in the World's Under 12 Championship. And I played the Aljechin as black, and I got a good position with this kind of structure where there were dark square bishops. And he had this pawn on e5, but I had an outpost on d5 and good control over the position. And then all of a sudden he just moved this pawn to a6, and I couldn't do anything with my central control. And I just lost the game because of that pawn. So ever since that, I've been quite mindful of this particular theme. And now, yeah, I mean, he just loses the game because of this pawn. He can actually prevent the pawn from queening. Rook takes c1, bishop takes c1, king f8, bishop e3, king e8, bishop a7, king d7, bishop c5. I got a very cute way of winning there. This doesn't do anything. I just got bishop e3 and then bishop a7. Yeah, it's game over.